Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. And you guys know here on our channel, one of the things that we love to share with you are our favorite recipes. And what I'm going to share with you today is a recipe that we always had growing up here in Alaska. It is uniquely Alaskan, and I'm going to be totally honest. This recipe is kind of a strange one. Obviously, here in Alaska, one of the biggest things we have is fresh caught salmon. Now, I completely lucked out and got some fresh salmon that a friend of mine caught just a couple of days ago. And the salmon looks amazing. I'm going to show it to you here in just a few minutes. But this is a recipe that actually isn't going to use any pans. It's not going to dirty any dishes because we're going to cook the salmon in a way that maybe you have never heard of before. We're actually going to cook this salmon in the dishwasher. Now, that might be kind of a strange way to cook it, and I completely agree with you. But growing up here in Alaska, when we lived out in Trapper Creek is when I first remember trying this. My mom used to make this recipe. She would cook salmon in the dishwasher, kind of like steams it, and it turns out so good. And this is a recipe that's actually been around for a while. In fact, the first instance I could find of this was actually from an article in the Los Angeles Times in the 1970s where it talked about how to cook salmon in the dishwasher. So I thought, you know what? We're heading into summer when salmon, at least here in Alaska, is going to be in abundance, and maybe for many of you as well. And I thought, what a fun summer recipe to show you how to make salmon in the dishwasher. You guys, this is so easy, and it turns out delicious. Now, when it comes to cooking salmon, I'm actually a traditionalist. I love it in like a super pure form. So you guys will see we have these salmon fillets here that look absolutely amazing. I'm excited to use these. And when it comes to salmon, I just like a couple pads of butter, some lemon, some salt and pepper, and some fresh dill. Now, you will notice we don't have the dill here, but let's go out to the garden and get some. You can see we have this little herb barrel out here, and we've got some fresh dill right there. So I'm actually just going to snip some of this off here and use it on the salmon. And maybe one more, just like so. Now that we've got our fresh dill, we have everything we need. So one of the questions that I get from people when I talk about making salmon in the dishwasher is, Adam, do you put soap in the dishwasher? How in the world do you do this? No, you don't. Make sure your dishwasher is empty. We're not going to use any detergent. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the salmon in aluminum foil, make sure it's nice and tight, and then we're going to cook it on the top rack of the dishwasher through one entire cycle. So our dishwasher is empty. I've made sure everything in there is clean. We have all of our ingredients. So now let's prepare our salmon. So for this, I'm actually going to be using 3 sheets of aluminum foil. So I have 3 sheets here. That's just going to make sure the salmon is nice and secure and wrapped up in there. So then I'm just going to put that salmon fillet right there in the middle of the aluminum foil. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and pepper on the fish first. First, what we're going to do, just put a little bit of salt on there. Then we're just going to put a little bit of pepper on there. Then we are going to cut just a little bit of butter. You don't want a ton of butter on there. Salmon is already pretty fatty. This is just gonna add a little bit to that. So this is a pretty big pad right here. So I'm probably actually just gonna do that like there. And then maybe one more like that. Then we're going to cut some lemon right there, right there, and right there. And then let's just put that fresh dill over there, kind of like so. Look how good that looks. So then we're just going to wrap this up. And again, you want this to be pretty tight because we don't want water from the dishwasher getting in here. So we're gonna wrap up each side, just like that. And then we're gonna bring these ends all the way up, kind of like so. If you've ever made like a hobo dinner before, where there'd be like potatoes and sausage and veggies, that's kind of what we're doing here. It's just like a nice pouch for the salmon to be in. So it's just like that. I think that that is pretty perfect. Then all we're gonna do, open your dishwasher. We're just going to set this in there, just kind of like so. Close it up, and then start your dishwasher. It really is that easy. Now we're gonna let this run through an entire cycle. And this is basically going to steam the salmon. Now, if you were to sous vide salmon, obviously sous vide, hugely popular right now. Salmon, when you cook it sous vide style, is about 120 degrees is what they say to cook it at. Most dishwashers like ours here cook things at about 120 degrees, right in there. So the temperature for a dishwasher is actually perfect to steam your salmon. That is why it's gonna come out tasting so delicious. So we wait about 45 minutes or so until the dishwasher is done, and then I'll show you what it looks like. The dishwasher just went off, so now we are going to open this up and take a look and see. Okay, well, it's all foggy now. All right, now that the lens is not foggy, let's take our salmon out. Just know this could be a little bit hot, and if you're wondering if this like smells like fish, it doesn't at all, because obviously like the odor and stuff is contained in here, and so it doesn't leave your dishwasher smelling fishy. But again, that's one of the reasons that you're gonna wanna wrap this really tight. So now we're gonna unfold this, and fingers crossed, this is nice and done. Oh my goodness. The way you can tell that like salmon is done is you're looking for it to be nice and flaky. I can already tell that is exactly what you want. Nice, flaky salmon. But it doesn't matter that it was fun to cook. It doesn't matter that it was just in the dishwasher. What matters is that it tastes good. So I'm gonna take a bite of salmon cooked in the dishwasher. How weird, and let's see how it is. It is perfect. Like, it is perfect. Oh my gosh. So now all that is left to do is the best part about salmon, which is eat this. You guys, it is so delicious, flakes apart. It's cooked absolutely perfect. Like, look at that. It has a little bit of lemon taste, a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper. So I think now I'm just gonna sit here and eat the rest of this. So friends, that is how you make salmon in the dishwasher. Now, there's a couple things you can also do with this. There are some vegetables that like steam really easily. Think of like broccoli, think of cauliflower. You could also do an aluminum foil pouch with those things, just some salt and pepper, some butter, not in with the salmon, but do like a separate pouch. And you could do an entire meal that is just steamed in your dishwasher. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever heard of dishwasher salmon? Have you ever made it? Or is cooking with your dishwasher a completely new and completely crazy idea? Full confession, this recipe isn't one that we use a lot, obviously. It is a bit of a novelty. Normally when we do salmon, we do it in the oven. However, I will say I do love the steamed nature of this. It's super simple. And then when this is over, all we do is just like crumple up the aluminum foil, throw it away, and dinner is done. There is no fish smell in the dishwasher. There's no fish smell like in the house. The salmon is delicious. This is such a fun way, such a unique way to cook salmon. So friends, thanks for watching. We love you. Thanks for being a part of our LeggLife community, and we will see you on the next video.